Hey, amazing YouTube audience. Thank you for diving into this emotional roller coaster with me. Your support means the world. And I hope this story grips your heart as much as it did mine while writing it. Let's get lost in this tale together. The champagne flute trembled in my hand, its golden bubbles catching the chandelier's glow, when my sister-in-law's voice sliced through the wedding's hum like a serrated blade. This is Tom, my sister's husband, the unemployed loser I told you about. Her laugh was sharp, a guillotine dropping in the crowded ballroom. Faces turned, eyes glinting with pity or amusement, and my wife, Clara, stood frozen beside me, her smile a brittle mask. I forced a chuckle, my throat tight, and muttered something about between gigs. But the word loser lodged in my chest like a splinter. Clara's sister, Vanessa, had always been cruel, but this felt different, calculated, like she'd been waiting to humiliate me. I glanced at Clara, expecting her to defend me, to swat away her sister's venom. Instead, she sipped her wine, her gaze darting to the floor. My stomach twisted. Why wasn't she saying anything? The reception swirled around us, clinking glasses, laughter, the band's jazzy croon. Vanessa's new husband twirled her across the dance floor, her white gown a blur of silk. I leaned toward Clara, whispering, "What the hell was that about?" Her hazel eyes flicked to mine, then away. "She's just drunk, Tom. Ignore her." But her voice was thin, like a thread about to snap. I wanted to believe her. Clara had always been my anchor, her quiet strength pulling me through the layoff 6 months ago, the endless job applications, the nights I'd stared at the ceiling, feeling like half a man. She'd kiss my forehead, whisper, "We're in this together." And I'd cling to those words like a lifeboat. But now, her silence felt like a crack in that boat, letting cold water seep in. As the night wore on, I couldn't shake the unease. Vanessa's words weren't just a jab. They carried weight, like she knew something I didn't. I watched Clara mingle, her laugh too bright, her touches lingering too long on the arm of Vanessa's boss, a slick-haired man named Richard. He was all teeth and tailored suits, the kind of guy who'd never known a day of doubt. When had Clara met him? Why was she so comfortable with him? I drifted to the bar, needing air, needing clarity. The bartender slid me a whiskey, and I nursed it, replaying the last few months. Clara's late nights at the office. Her phone always face down. The way she'd started locking her laptop. I'd chalked it up to stress. Her marketing job was brutal, and I wasn't pulling my weight. But now, those moments felt like shadows moving in the dark. "Tom, you okay?" My brother-in-law, Mike, clapped my shoulder, his face flushed from dancing. I nodded, forcing a grin, just taking it all in. Mike didn't know about the layoff's toll, how it had hollowed me out. Clara had promised to keep it between us, but Vanessa's comments suggested otherwise. Had Clara been talking? Sharing my failures like gossip? The band slowed, and Clara glided onto the dance floor with Richard. Her hand rested on his chest, her smile soft, intimate. My grip tightened on the glass. I told myself it was nothing, professional charm, networking. But then Richard leaned in, whispering something that made her laugh, her head tilting back in a way I hadn't seen in months. My heart thudded, a drumbeat of dread. I stepped outside, the night air sharp against my skin. The venue's garden was strung with fairy lights, their glow flickering like dying stars. I needed to confront Clara, but what would I say? Why didn't you defend me? Why are you so close to him? The questions churned, each one heavier than the last. Footsteps crunched behind me. Vanessa, her veil discarded, a cigarette glowing between her fingers. "Didn't expect you out here, Tom," she said, her voice dripping with mock surprise. "Shouldn't you be inside, keeping an eye on your wife? What's that supposed to mean?" I snapped, my patience fraying. She exhaled smoke, her eyes glinting. "Oh, come on. You've seen how she is with Richard. Everyone has." She paused, savoring my reaction. "Clara's been spending a lot of time with him. Late nights. Private meetings. You didn't know?" My blood ran cold. "You're lying," I said, but my voice wavered. Vanessa smirked, shrugging. "Ask her yourself." Back inside, the reception felt suffocating. Clara was at our table now, alone, scrolling her phone. I sat beside her, my pulse hammering. "We need to talk," I said, low and urgent. Her fingers froze on the screen. About what? She asked, too casual. Vanessa said you've been close with Richard. Late nights. Meetings. I forced the words out, each one a stone in my throat. Is there something you're not telling me? Her face paled, but her eyes hardened. Vanessa's stirring shit as usual. It's work, Tom. You know how demanding my job is. Then why didn't you shut her down earlier? I pressed. When she called me a loser, you just stood there. Clara flinched, her lips parting then closing. I didn't want to make a scene, she said finally. It's her wedding. That's not good enough, I said, my voice rising. Heads turned, but I didn't care. You're hiding something. I can feel it. She stood, grabbing her purse. I'm not doing this here. She walked toward the exit, and I followed, the tension between us a live wire. In the parking lot, under the harsh glow of a street lamp, she spun to face me. You want the truth? She snapped. Fine. I've been working late with Richard because he believes in me. He sees my potential. Unlike you, who's been moping for months, expecting me to carry us both. Her words hit like a punch. So this is my fault? I shouted. I lost my job, Clara, not my worth. And you, what? You're running to him because I'm struggling. She looked away, her jaw tight. It's not like that, she whispered, but her voice cracked. Richard and I, it just happened. I didn't mean for it to. The world tilted. My knees buckled, and I grabbed the car for support. You're sleeping with him? I asked, my voice barely audible. Clara's silence was answer enough. Tears brimmed in her eyes, but they weren't for me. They were for her own guilt, her own unraveling. I still love you, she said, the words hollow. But I needed someone who could keep up. I laughed, a bitter, broken sound. Keep up? I've been drowning, Clara, and you were supposed to be my lifeline, not his. I turned, walking into the night, her sobs fading behind me. The fairy lights blurred through my tears, each one a tiny, mocking reminder of the life I thought we had. I didn't know where I was going, only that I couldn't stay. Not with her. Not with the truth. As I reached the edge of the lot, Vanessa's voice echoed in my mind. Unemployed loser. Maybe she was right. But the real betrayal wasn't my failure. It was Clara's. And that truth, sharp as a blade, would haunt me long after the wedding's lights went out.